In the constant battle against the onslaught of wind, water, and salt, oils were used as early as the 16th century on sails and clothing to protect them and the men who used them. But when Scotsman John Barbour founded his namesake company in England in 1894, he swapped oil and canvas for beeswax and cotton, creating lighter, drier clothing that is popular to this day.
I'll be honest with you, I liked it all. I did, right from the start.
Al Gauthier of New Hampshire knows the Barbour brand well, having worked for the company for 12 years as a manager and also as a reproofer. Reproofing is a service Barbour has offered from the beginning, a re-waxing of its products to refurbish them from wear and tear. But Barbour wasn't the only brand selling waxed cotton clothing.
There are brands that came along after Barbour, and these people were selling those jackets, but they had no one to refurbish them, and they would have to send them to overseas.
So Al decided to strike out on his own, founding New England Reproofers in 2003, and growing to the point where he was reproofing more than 1,000 coats a year. Now he is passing the company on to his daughter Nancy, who worked with Al for 10 years and recently built a custom workshop in her New Hampshire home, complete with Al's custom heated work table.
Because it works better when it's warm, the wax will penetrate more easily. It kind of gave us some time together. We worked together, he trained me, and I would go over a couple hours a week, really not much. But I enjoyed it. There's something cathartic about doing the job itself.
And why the seams first? Just because they're important to the integrity, or just because?
That's where the water's going to get in first.
Al says he is excited to keep the business in the family, but will miss some of the rewards of the work, like hearing from people deeply attached to coats that have, in some cases, been in the family for generations.
I just got one this week. I got an email by this guy. He said, I opened up the box. I did not believe this was my jacket. He said, I have to, he goes, that's why I'm emailing you, to let you know how happy I am. Because it does not even look like the jacket I sent, but it is my jacket, it's got my name in it.
Right now he gets a lot of the emails that are praising the work, and I'm like, hey, those are mine. But he's pretty good. He shares the good news with me, so we can enjoy that moment together.
But it's not all roses. Some of the jackets smell. These are, after all, coats designed for hunting, fishing, and horseback riding.
That's something we would tackle with an enzyme bath, which I do here as well. That process we do all by hand. We kind of have our own proprietary blend of detergents that we use to mitigate those odors.
Tears and holes in the fabric can be patched and repaired as well. Nancy officially becomes the owner of the company this year and hopes some of her children will follow in the family business. But for now, she's happy to be doing something she loves and carrying on a budding family tradition.
It's instant gratification in a way. You take something that's old or dingy or dirty and you can transform it into something that's new and that someone's going to enjoy. And I can see that process happen in 20, 30 minutes, which is, I think that's the most satisfying part for me.